Hi guys, I'm Richard Wygand, a Dad on a Mission, and today I'm gonna try to explain a little bit about how it is to be a special needs dad. First of all, I don't like to say that my son have a physical disability. I like to say that he have a physical challenge, because I do believe that we all have challenging lives, and those challenges come to make us better, stronger, learn and grow. And this is how I like to approach, and I like to approach the fact that I see my challenges in life as a good thing. So I like to see as I'm grateful for them, because they are making me learn and making me grow. So that's one thing I really like to, that I try to pass it to him all the time, that it's a challenge that he has to go through, and one of my challenges is to help him overcome those challenges. Now, as fathers, we all gonna go through similar challenges. uh, you know First day in school, terrible tools, teenage years, all that kind of stuff. It's gonna happen with everybody, regardless if your son have special needs or not, and that doesn't change. That's something I really like to touch. Is like, this is fatherhood. That's how fatherhood is. You're gonna have those challenges. The main difference I can tell with me is the intensity of certain things. For example, a common cold for any kid in the world might be something so simple that, take a Tylenol, get some more rest, more fluid, and we are good to go. For me, which is something that happened this week, it can be a quick trip for the ER, because there's so many other things going on in his life, that we gotta make sure that it's just a common cold and not something else. And even that, the common cold can be a little bit harder for him. So that's one of the things that is a little bit more intense. So having a trip for the ER, it's emotional, physically, and spiritually intense. So it's in all three levels. The other thing too, it's sometimes going into a park. I need to take the breathing machine and the suction machine, which is that it's a little bit more intense as well. The other thing that I see that it's a little bit more intense, it's when you're playing with him. You gotta be, which is a good thing, like you gotta be really present, so that help put this thing away called cell phone, but and play fully attention to him, because of the fact that he has a trach, and the trach, the airway, it's pretty small, and if secretion gets stuck in there, we kind of have to act quick. So that it's a little bit more intense. But there's only certain things when it comes to fatherhood that it's a little bit more intense when you are a special needs dad or not. But in general, we are all fathers, and in general, we all want the best for our kids, which is to be happy and prepare them for life. There's no difference when it comes to that with me. Like I said, one of the difference that I do see is sometimes the intensity of things happening. The intensity of having to take him to the ER and things like that. Even though it's just a common cold, you gotta have pay a little bit more attention. So it's a little bit more of, and I like to incorporate everything, because I think we are all, when it comes to health and everything, we are mind, body, and soul. So the challenge that you have, a few challenges that you have as a special needs dad, it's a little bit more intense when in certain things. It's a little bit more intense emotionally, physically, and spiritually. So that's the main thing I can explain. How is the difference of being a special needs dad? It's certain things are gonna be a little bit more intense, but in general, we all dads and we all want the best for our kids. So but I believe that, you know, because the other day I was thinking, how could I explain to someone, you know, because some people sometimes they can like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, I have to go through this, this, and this. But first of all, I think this is part of my life. This is part of my purpose, and you know, like, uh, look, my son came with a disability, and whenever you decide to have a kid, it's pretty much lottery, you know, like when there are certain things you can control and certain things you can't control. So obviously, I could not control the fact that he he has a physical challenge, which, like I said, I'm grateful for, because the last 2 years and a half I learned so much and I grew so much that I wouldn't change for anything. It's just like I said, it's just the intensity. So what I can say is like what I learned in those 2 years and a half, I haven't learned in 37 years of life. So it was, you know, like it's a very it's a very intense growth and learning, but you know, like I said, I wouldn't change for anything in this world. I just absolutely love being a special needs dad. I love being, you know, like being his father, and I love helping him overcome his challenge. But you know, that's one thing I wanted to throw it out there. You know, like it's not much difference of being a father. You know, like it's we all gonna go through those challenges. Like it's just the intensity of certain things as a special needs dad is gonna be a little bit more intense. But other than that, deep in the end, like I said, we're all fathers, we're all dads, trying to do our best to make our kids happy and ready for life. So please comment, please, you know, drop a line what you think, if it is or not, if you think I'm right or if I'm wrong. But you know, like I like to explain a little bit, because a lot of people ask me like, or sometimes they don't even ask, but they look at me like, okay, dude, you know, I just want to know how hard it is. And to be honest, it's not much harder. It's just like it's a little bit more intense. You know, that's pretty much is. I think the word intense describes well what I'm trying to explain. It's almost like the difference of starting an Ironman just to finish and starting an Ironman trying to qualify or trying to win your age group. It's you go when you're trying to win, the intensity it's a lot a lot higher, or I won't say a lot higher, but it's higher. You know, like it's, you know, like the pressure is there, and this is how I can explain how it is to be a special needs dad. So if you like it, this video, give us a thumbs up, comment below. I want to hear from all you guys, especially the father's mom can comment, of course, too. But and if I'm wrong, they can comment as well. But you know, just comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Like I said, things are pretty the way I like to see. It's pretty normal. The challenge is pretty much the same. It's just like certain things, the intensity is a little heavier, but you know, like in all three levels, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, I think the growth, the learning, it's very intense in that sense. But other than that, you know, like everything is the same. They're gonna go through teenage years. They're gonna go through terrible twos. They're gonna do mistakes. You're gonna yell at them, and all that stuff is gonna happen. It's you can control. You know, this is part of fatherhood. It's just like certain things is gonna be a little bit more intense. Like I explained, a simple common cold can be a quick trip for the ER, like we had this week. But you know, again, let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to my channel. Check out my website too. It's my foundation website. It's the Wygand.foundation, and my personal website is a deadonthemission.com. Thank you.